Yeah, doggy. Oh.
Welcome to Minor Boys YouTube channel.
Like, subscribe, leave us a comment.
Yeet.
Alright y'all, during this video we are in Orange Beach. Well, I guess technically we're in Perdido, Florida right now. On vacation for the week. So we're gonna do a little golfing. We tried some scuba diving, all that good stuff. Cruising on the boat, do our Q&A video, but we're in Orange Beach, Orange Beach, Perdido, Gulf Shores area, all down here, hanging out for the week. We got to get back for our big race Saturday though. All right, we're starting a hole late because the starter would have probably got mad if we were playing videoing on the thing. But we are at Perdido Bay Golf Course. It is beautiful. Hole 1. Bogey.
Hey now, I didn't sign up for telling folks our actual score.
I meant birdie, my bad.
That's right.
And Shipman's with us. Toto's with us. Lakin's with us. Mom and Dad are back at the hizzy. We're gonna come out here and see what we can play a little golf. Alright, we're 3 holes down. Bo's got me by a few strokes, but this is where the money's made. The old par 3 ski. 150 to the pin. Water creeping down the right side. Shepherd creeping on the back side. We're gonna video all par 3s for sure, just in case. Just in case it hits the water. Uh-oh. Oh, not enough gas behind it. Here.
Gotta get in the weight room.
I swear.
You trying to get a flower.
Real mulligan.
Hey, sure glad he put the glove on.
I'm getting nervous. Cameron, real mulligan. Take 2.
Yeah, this will probably never see the light of day. There we go.
There you go.
Gotta go.
Oh, that's there.
Good one.
Yep, he's on the green.
That's the one that's gonna make the video.
Yep, that's the one that'll make the video.
The joys of being the editor.
That's right.
All right, Birdman coming up.
Asterisk bird putt.
All's quiet on the 5th hole. Oh, that's just a heartbreaker there, Jim. He's just gonna have to settle for par on this one. I tell you what, that's just a heartbreaker.
Ah. Really need him to miss it so I can gain a stroke right here. Oh, just missed it.
No.
That's
a heartbreaker there, Jim.
That's a heartbreaker. All right, Bo got the lead. Starting the back 9, hole number 10. We ain't gonna talk about what the score is. We're just gonna say that Bo is winning by 1. Hey, Toto.
Hello.
We lost Shep. The alligator got him. He's at the house with Peepaw and Rah-Rah.
Too hot.
All right, here we go. The best golfer of us all, but she won't play. Get in the hole.
I can't hit it far. Like, how far is that? Like 50 yards?
Yeah, that wasn't very far.
I know.
All right, par 3 time.
You're up there, Rick. Your box.
Oh, my box. Oh.
Your box.
Oh, heck.
Looks good. Got the distance though. He's home.
On the green,
dancing. Way too much club, he says. Let's see if he's right. And going to the bunker. Scoop. Oh, on top. It's rolling on something. Alright. Still no holes in one. Final par 3 update.
Still no hole in one.
Yeah, this is our last chance for a hole in one. If he don't screw up, he should easily win. But you know, that's what we all think after qualifying.
What?
I'm gonna blame it on the wind. I'm feeling rushed.
Who are you feeling rushed from?
Her mom's getting here, and I'm just, you know.
Uneven.
Too many Pepsis. It's just a lot of things going against me. But now this is our last par 3. Last chance for a hole in one. Tori's gotten closer to a hole in one out of all of us.
I know when to quit. I just hit one, and then I'm done.
What we got here, Bo? Set the hole up.
Well, what we've got here, Heath, is you know, a nice little par 3. It's about 149 to the front side of the green, 175 to the pin. We've got a little crosswind coming in about 10 miles an hour, and
little uphill action here, Dave.
It is. But you know, it should be
Rick.
Should be a neat little hole.
Short. Way short.
Just making sure it got there.
He was getting a read on the green. Look, red, white, and freedom right there too, boys. Gotta go. Oh, woo! We're dancing. I need to go to a par 3 course. All right.
Yeah.
Bo won. Gotta let him win something. He ain't gonna win on the racetrack anymore. If me and Delilah got anything to say about it, I wanna climb that.
Yeah, it does look pretty cool.
Look out for that tree. Probably not the time to do that, rolling up the clubhouse. All right, we asked y'all to ask us some questions a couple videos ago, and we got a few questions. We figured we'd answer them while we're here on vacation, and let y'all kind of get to know us a little bit more. So we got Toto behind the camera going to ask us some questions.
All right, Terry Burgett, I don't know if I said that right. He wants to know, how did y'all get started in racing?
Him right here.
Dad, you can start on that.
Yep.
I worked with a guy about 30 years ago, and they were building a dirt track, and I think up around Brookwood, and we started building 2 race cars. The track never did get opened up, so we went to the old BIR in Birmingham, the Fairgrounds Raceway, and raced there I raced for 2 years. I think their granddaddy, my dad-in-law, he bought a car. Me and him started there, raced for a couple years. I built a car for a boy to run dirt. We went and ran dirt one time, and we've been hooked ever since. So that's it.
Long time ago. Yeah, and I started at 14, and you know, that was about to come up on 20 years doing it. And then
I started at 13.
Yep.
We started mini stocks.
Yep.
All 4 of us, me, Bo, Dad, and Granddaddy, all had cars that we had in a big long trailer.
53 foot.
Yep. If I got a picture of it with all the 4 cars, we had the same wrap, same number style, all that.
Alrighty, C Racing wants to know, have you guys thought about racing at Batesville Motor Speedway for any of their big races?
Let's cover that question. I know the next few questions, but yeah, we will be at Batesville anytime we can. I'll put it to you that way. Street stocks, it's different rule packages, so you know we can't come run a lot of their big stuff, but we will be at Batesville anytime we can be at Batesville.
Tracy Jones said, when I raced, I kept a baseline chassis / rear gear setup ledger for each track I raced at. Do you keep a setup ledger for each track you go to?
We keep a base setup for any track we go to. Whenever we go to a track, we are on our base setup, and then we make changes depending on the track. And then always, the Sunday when we get back, we always go back to our base setup. And we really have never made any wholesale changes, in between tracks.
Alrighty. Justin Siebert wants to know, any racing superstitions or pre-race rituals?
No peanuts.
No peanuts at the racetrack. And I don't like green.
I love green.
He also wanted to know go-to track food.
Ooh.
Corn dog, Magnolia Motor Speedway.
Bologna sandwich.
Bologna sandwich?
Bologna sandwich.
Yeah.
Well, but if I'm there racing, I'm not gonna eat. I won't touch food until about 45 minutes down the road heading to the house. No food on if I'm racing though, at all.
Larry Murphy. Heath, why did you quit racing late models? Seems like y'all did pretty dang good.
They were expensive. You had to have tires every couple weeks, and tires were high and getting higher. If you touched somebody, you had a bent J-bar and you had to spend a couple $100 here. You bent a rear end, you had to spend money here. It was too much for too much money, too much time that I didn't have to put into a late model.
Kenny Parker asked, Heath, have you heard how the kid is doing in your old car?
His daddy, Mr. Adam, texted me not too long ago, and they were dropping a motor in. He was gonna run it a couple times, just kind of shake it down. I know they were waiting on a seat. The full containment seats were kind of back ordered, so waiting on it. So as far as I know, he has not ran it yet.
This is for all of y'all. How did you guys get into racing, and what was your guys' first race car? Junior 249 asked this question.
We already said how we got into it.
Yeah. My first car was a street stock. It was a 71 Monte Carlo. My number back then was 22. Bo came along. I let him tell you his first car. He took my number as 22, so that's why I went to 2.
My first race car was probably a
Toyota.
Yeah, but an 81, 82 model Toyota Corolla with a 3TC Hemi engine, number 22, mini stock.
Mine was the same as his, Bo's. It was blue with white. Beautiful car.
Mine was blue and white too.
Yeah. Number 21. If I got pictures, I'll drop them in here. But we started in 4-cylinders and Toyotas. Me and Bo did.
Yep.
And that's what Dad was running at the time too.
And he had a seat that I promise you, none of us could ever fit in it. It looked like a booster seat.
It's about Shep sized.
Yep.
To a fellow YouTuber, Sharizian Racing, he wants to know y'all's favorite track to run the street stock on in the past and currently.
Oh. Man, I tell you what, I had a good time at Cochran earlier this season in the street stock, and that was a big track, a fun track, and I really liked it. Now that being said, you always love Cherokee, and I'm excited to go to Cherokee now on the package we're at, because I don't think we were quite prepared enough last year, so I'm excited to go back again this year. But I'd say Cochran or Cherokee, you know.
I'll get back to you in a couple months on that one. I don't have a favorite in the other car.
Alrighty, Tyler Cundiff wants to know, have y'all ever thought about running street stocks or mini stocks in Kentucky?
Hey, well, I'd love to.
Yeah, Western Kentucky had that big race. We had too much going on. We couldn't get up there. But if they put up money and I think our rule package, we had to add 100 pounds and different tires.
Yeah.
If we, kind of plan in advance, we'll definitely get up there and run.
One thing about us, and it came from the mini stock when we ran those all the time, we're not scared to travel. We absolutely love getting on the road and heading out to a race. So y'all just let us know.
We probably ran every track in the mini stocks in the Southeast, probably except for Kentucky.
Outside
Pretty
of Kentucky,
close,
yeah.
I think all the rest of them we've hit.
Yep. Good friend of ours, Russ Gabbard,
Yeah.
has been on us about coming to Kentucky, to that Western Kentucky.
Yeah, Western Kentucky and
That's his old home
Richmond or
track.
somewhere like that.
Yeah.
That's, you know, and he went up there for a big race. So we'll definitely, you know, if they're paying and we got an open weekend, we'll definitely make a trip.
Andrew with Camper Kingdom wants to know, what is your setup for Why Not? I'll wait.
I'll give you my old one.
Keep waiting.
Shannon Hears wants to know, what would winning the Mississippi Street Stock Series Points Championship do for y'all's racing program, and how would it stack to the KMSA Championship?
Well, he's got a chance this year. He's right. He's second in the points.
Yep.
So, you know.
Any kind of championship's big, whether it be bicycle races, mini stock, late model, anything, you know. And I've won 2 with the KMSA series, and both of those were big. It would mean a lot. It would mean a lot that, you know, saying, oh, he can drive more just mini stock, you know. And this is, to me, is some of the best in the country now.
And who's the top 5? Spencer Hughes. He's driving a Lucas Oil World Outlaws late model right now, and he's leading the points. McCree, you know, all Chad Thrash. I mean, all those are who we're contending with for the championship. So it means a lot sitting next to those guys and being up there, kind of in that top 5 or with him right now. You know, it's pretty cool being up there in contention for it for sure.
Drew Washburn wants to know, what happened to Carol and the 10?
He must mean
Coral.
He put C-A-R-O-L.
He did put Carol.
Coral. Oh, okay.
We'll call him Carol from here.
Carl, the 10 car's still around. We don't know what's going to happen with it. Carl he still helps us a good bit at the track, but Carl's got something up his sleeve that he's been working on recently. So I'll leave that, and maybe we'll get a video of him out there and kind of show what he's been up to lately.
All right. Gunnels Racing wants to know, are y'all running Cherokee Speedway, the Street Stock Showdown this year?
It all depends on Saturday night. If we run good at Why Not, which will be our last race before there, then we plan on being there, you know, unless something crazy happens. And I feel like we're more prepared this year going into it than we were last year. I'm excited about it.
Philip Gullett, I don't know how to say that, wants to know, which is y'all's favorite car to drive if given the opportunity or to own?
I'd take a late model. If money wasn't an issue, I'd drive a late model. I loved it. Had fun doing it, but I liked it a lot.
I've never driven one. I'd love to drive one to have the experience of it, and I think I could be competitive, but I've never driven one, so I couldn't tell you. If I had the opportunity, I'd love to drive a late model. Now, I don't want nothing to do with sprint car. Y'all can keep that, but I would love to drive a late model, and I feel like we could do.
It's too much power sitting right here between your legs.
What about you?
I'm too old. I'll stick with mini stocks. We've had all kind of cars. I always go back to mini stocks. I like mini stocks.
All right. Bama Mowers Garage wants to know, do you all ever race at Talladega, Alabama short track?
And we were up there for the Ice Bowl this year. We'll probably be up there for the Ice Bowl next year. I haven't seen many big street stock races advertised up there, so I mean, you know, I don't think we'll come up there for a weekly show unless there's a big race coming up and we have an off week to come up there and kind of shake down. But we'll be back up there for the Ice Bowl for sure.
And we've run Talladega.
Bose won the Ice Bowl.
Yeah.
15 just
Yeah.
once.
Mini stock.
Yeah, and mini stock. We've run the Ice Bowl, you know, for years. God, probably since
10
I was
years, 10, 12 years.
a Longer than that. My first ever time to run it was when I was 15.
Yeah, I was 14, or no, it was my first year.
Yeah.
I talked Dad into letting me go, and I was the only one out of all of us to make the A on night one.
Yeah, sure did.
SK Race Cars. Can you show us the chassis and suspension on the 4-cylinder car? Looks like maybe a Mustang with the street stock body.
There is actually an old video, and I'm hoping he can leave the link down in the bottom. I'll find it, where we went through and I had the door off of my 4-cylinder car, and we kind of went through the front end, went through everything, you know. And it's just hopefully he can find it and we'll put the link up. But all it is a Fox body Mustang 80s model. You know, we've still got stock firewall, stock floor pan, everything on it.
You can't do a whole lot. It's what is a Cajun mini stock, I think was the title of the video.
Yep.
And we kind of went through it, talked about the motor, talked about the suspension, you know, what we can and can't do with them. I'll put a link in the description for sure.
Mike Cummins asked, are you all ever going to travel out of state to any big races? And is anyone ever going to race a sprint car in the family? I know y'all just answered that kind of.
Sprint car, but I feel like that's all we do is travel out of state for the bigger money races.
That's right.
So, yes.
Josh Dickens wants to know, have you ever thought about coming to West Virginia and racing at the local dirt tracks in West Virginia?
Hey, if the money's right, you know, we don't mind chasing papers, chasing checks.
Paper to West Virginia.
Hey, if the money's just right, we'll try it out.
It's a big one.
The guy that owns the Cajun mini stocks right now, who knows? He raced in Kentucky and somewhere else way off. So hey,
Halifax,
could be.
Whatever.
Yep.
The crew chief wants to know, has there been any other sightings of the Alabama Sasquatch? Yeet yeet.
He's right here.
He's disappeared a little bit.
Yeah, disappeared. It's gotten too hot, but wait until winter months hits again, and he'll be back.
BJ Woolbright has a few questions.
Oh gosh.
What?
BJ, I remember this.
Minor history. Favorite track to race?
My track, I first started out on dirt, and it's not even open anymore, down in Clanton, Alabama. Was I don't know, I think I won 14 races there one year, and it was like the car could drive itself. So there or the old Columbus Speedway, my two favorite tracks.
Columbus Speedway.
What was the question?
Favorite track to race?
I've raced here 3 times. Batesville Motor Speedway. I don't know what it is, but I can get around Batesville pretty decent.
I've never had any luck at Batesville. I've never finished a race at Batesville. So.
His next question is track championships.
You've got.
I won Clanton, Columbus, and Magnolia 2 or 3 times. I wish, now that I'm older, I wish we would have kept up with the wins and stuff, but I know I've got a championship at Clanton. I don't even remember if it was 2 or 3 at Columbus and Magnolia. I'm not sure. And
got a handful of them.
We think probably 150 plus wins, but like I said, I wish I'd have kept up with them when I was younger.
I've got 2 at Columbus and Magnolia. I think 09 and 11, maybe 11 or 12, something like that, and then 2 KMSA Series championships.
I've got a track championship it's now ECM. It was Arkadelphia up in Huntsville. I won the late model, or 604 late model track championship up there and finished, 12th in the national championship. But that's the only year I've ever ran for points. And honestly, track championship points, I probably won't ever do that again. It was a long, long grind. Now, traveling series points, then yeah, you know, we'll definitely go for that. But that's the only time I've really ran for points.
School missed you. You stayed gone to college for 6 years, so
it feels like it.
School messed him up.
Yeah.
Points racing.
But yeah, I got 1 at least.
The next question from BJ is biggest wins.
My favorite win was probably at a Winter Classic. The first lap, I was on the outside pole they said I hit a boy, took him out, they put me to the rear, and I came from the back and won it. So that's probably my biggest, the one I like the most.
The biggest money race was an Arkansas race with the Cajun mini stocks back in 15, and that was a 3,000 to win race. But it's, I don't know, I always said mini stock racing, you kind of got the big four. You had the National 100, the Alabama State Championship, both at Phoenix City, then the Ice Bowl, and then Cherokee, the World 4 Crown. And I've been lucky enough to win 3 out of 4. We've won the National, the Alabama State, and the Ice Bowl. And the Ice Bowl was really special because it was actually on the day, 5 years to the day, that my granddad passed away. And you know, we sat on the pole that year and let it flag to flag, and that was a pretty cool deal. But we got one more left to win at Cherokee, and maybe we'll be all right.
Batesville.
We know his.
It is. I should have won both nights, or I had an opportunity to win both nights. So I'll put it to you that way.
That's the one with that cool picture.
Yeah, and I'll put the picture up of that one. That one's awesome.
Yeah.
But y'all watched the Cajun races in the past. You've seen how close the racing is. You know, well, we laid it on them boys that night. It was a half track type of deal, and Batesville's a big track. I kind of got pissed off Friday night about the way things went down. I was the leader, got taken out, sent to the rear, stuff like that. So Batesville for sure. It was a 2,000 win. It was a big money race too. But that's definitely my favorite win, and also my first win in a late model. I ran second at Stokes for a while, and he had an issue, and we got out front and won that one. That was pretty just cool to win in a late model.
How did Stump get his nickname? Everybody wants to know.
All right, well, you know the story better than I do.
It was it a 4-wheeler or a 3-wheeler?
I think it was a 3-wheeler.
3-wheeler wreck that he had. He hit a stump.
He was probably 11, 12 years
Yeah, he was
old.
little, and I mean, heck, ever since I've known the kid, he's been stumped to me. You know, Tori will say, "Is Jonathan and Elite?" I'm like, "What the heck is Jonathan?" But
I don't call him that much.
it was a 4-wheeler wreck. He hit a stump, wrecked, got hurt pretty good. You know, they said, "What happened?" I said, "I hit a stump." Next thing you know, his name's Stump.
Stump's race car, the hood of his car. You remember that one? It had a big stump painted on the hood of it.
This one's good. On-track rivals from the past and current. He wants you to point fingers and name names.
Mine was going back old school in the day. And the bad thing is me and this I call him a kid, but he's not much younger than me, but Michael Penley. Me and him used to have some of the best races of anybody I've ever raced against. We'd get out of the car hugging each other, but his dad is just, me and this guy, I don't know. It come close a bunch of times, but that's really the only name I've got is Michael Penley. And like I said, a lot of you guys don't know him, never heard of him, but it just goes back a long time ago.
Bo?
No, that's the guy in front of me. That's my biggest rival.
There you go.
But I tell you what, your biggest rival out there on the racetrack,
Who's winning?
to me, honest to God, is the guy behind the steering wheel. I make more mistakes during the race than about anyone. So that's my biggest rival.
Yeah, you know, I wouldn't say like a bad blood rival, but I know me, Lee Burdett, John Biles, Henry Pullen. That year we ran late models at Arkadelphia. It was a fight each race. I mean, not like a fist fight, but we would race the crap out of each other, and it was good, hard racing most of the time. You know, there was some contact here and there, but I don't think I've been competitive enough in the street stocks to really say that. But like you said, it's really yourself or whoever you're around at the time, I guess.
I tell you what, and he'll probably watch it. I cannot get around Lee Ray to save my life. Y'all probably see more footage of a red number 2 car, because because I feel like I run beside him every single weekend.
Lee Ray's part of the channel, man.
He is, man. But it's not a rival. It's good fun racing. You know, we both drive each other clean, but it's just I cannot seem to get around that joker. Save my life.
Last question from BJ. What's it gonna
BJ.
take to make Bo shave off his beard?
How much money you got?
Show him the money.
There we go. Terry Kelsey wants to know what happened to your Mini.
Mine's still sitting at the shop.
Mine?
I've still got mine. We've still got the Zero car. It's actually been updated. Looks brand new. Been fresh powder coat. But stuff happens. Babies, grandbabies.
Street stocks.
Yeah, street stocks. They're just kind of put on hold.
Mark Webb wants to know how long has your mom and dad been married?
You better get this right.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
We're not editing from here.
We got married in 1984. This is 2021.
You answer, and then we'll ask her.
Let's see, 1984. That's going to be 36 years. Am I right?
Grandmother answered she thinks either 35 or 36.
I think it's we got married September the 1st, 1984. So
Mom,
do the math.
how long y'all been married?
36.
He knew that.
She don't know that either.
They know the year.
They know the year.
84.
Yeah, y'all get a calculator. You probably need a calculator. It's been so long, but add it up.
Heath, nobody asked, but how long we've been married?
Oh, Lord. 3 years?
There you go. It's not hard to keep up with that. Mark Webb said, when is the new car going to be ready?
Big question everyone wants to know.
And Aaron Alderman also said, when are you going to get your race car, Heath?
3 weeks, we hope.
Tell you, my birthday is July 9th.
That's
I
next
really-
weekend, brother.
I know.
Oh,
Dude, it's sitting on the ground. I mean,
Yeah.
we're not
Should they call high rollers to
Yeah,
ask?
call Justin. I'll put Justin McCree's number. Y'all call and ask him, blow
Bug
him
him.
up, make it, you know, heck, send him some money to get it done faster. I don't care. But no, if not next weekend, the next weekend. I mean, if not the July 9th and 10th weekend, the next weekend. Yeah, I'd say be on the track.
All right, anything y'all want to say to your fans?
Thank y'all.
Yeah, thank y'all a lot.
They're
Y'all
the
come
watchers.
up and say hey at the
Yeah.
racetrack as well. You know, we enjoyed.
We had a
getting to see you
blast
guys.
at Magnolia. A lot of folks came up to get shirts, talk to us, just, you know, hang out. And so don't hesitate to walk up and say hey. You know,
Okay.
we oh yeah, y'all like our red, white, and freedom hats. Now these aren't for sale, but if y'all want
And then
some,
peepals.
get
Yep.
with us.
I like mine. Mine's a little camouflaged.
He just wears his
That's right.
straw hat.
But yeah, I think that's the main thing with folks that are watching. Don't walk by and sneak in a picture and keep walking. You know, just come up and say, hey, if we're busy, we'll stop and talk to you. Or we'll let you sit there for a second, then we'll stop and talk to you.
All right.
Thank y'all.
Thanks.
Thank y'all.